Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Wasim Khan, an instructor of Project Planning and Management course. In this lecture, we will talk about the last stage of a project, and that is the project closure. Every project comes to an end eventually, but how many project participants get excited about closing out a project? The deliverables are complete, ownership is ready to transfer, everyone's focus is what's next, hopefully a new exciting project. Carefully managing the closure phase is as important as any other phase of the project. Observation tells us that organizations that manage closure and review will prosper. Those who don't tend to have projects, they drag on forever and repeat the same mistakes over and over. Closing out a project includes a daunting number of tasks. In the past and on small projects, the project manager was responsible for seeing all tasks and loose ends were completed and signed off. This is no longer true. In today's project-driven organizations that have many projects occurring simultaneously, the responsibility for completing closure tasks have been given or distributed among the project manager, project team, project office, and oversight review committee, and an independent retrospective facilitator. So many tasks overlap, occur simultaneously, and require coordination and cooperation among those stakeholders. There are three major deliverables for project closure that you can see in a figure 14.1 on your screen, and these are the wrap-up closure activities, performance evaluation, and retrospectives. Wrapping up the project. Let's talk about wrapping up the project. The major wrap-up task is to ensure the project is approved and accepted by the customer. Other wrap-up activities include closing accounts, paying bills, reassigning equipment and personnel, finding new opportunities for project staff, closing facilities, and the final report. Checklists are used extensively to ensure tasks are not overlooked in many organizations. The share of closure tasks are largely done by the project office in coordination with the project manager. The final report writing is usually assigned to one project office staff member who assembles input from all stakeholders. In smaller organizations and projects, these closure activities are left to the project manager and team. The second one is performance evaluation or evaluation of performance and management of the project. Evaluation includes team, individual team members, and the project manager performance. Vendors and the customer may provide external input. Evaluation of the major players provide important information for the future. And the last one, or the third and the last one, is retrospectives. Retrospectives of lessons learned are designed to improve performance on current and future projects. Today, most retrospectives are the responsibility of an independent facilitator. The facilitator also provides major input to the closure report that will include lessons learned. The post-project reviews should be held with the team to catch any missing issue or gap. Now let's talk about the different types of the project closure. We can have different types of project closure like normal, premature, perpetual, failed project, and change priority. Let's discuss each of them uh, one by one. Let's talk about the normal one. The most common circumstance for project closure is simply a completed project. For many development projects, the end involves handing off the final design to production and the creation of a new product or service line. Um, for other internal IT projects such as system upgrades or creation of new inventory control system, the end occurs when the output is incorporated into ongoing operations. Some modifications in scope, cost, and schedule probably occurred during the implementation. Premature. For a few projects, the project may be complete early with some parts of the project eliminated and perpetual. Some projects never seem to end. The major characteristic of this kind of project is constant add-ons, suggesting a poorly conceived project scope. At some point, the review group should recommend methods for bringing final closure to this type of project or the initiation of other project. Failed project. What does it mean? So let's talk about the failed project as well. Failed projects are usually easy to understand, identify, and easy for a review, a group to close down. However, every effort should be made to communicate the technical reasons for termination of the project. In any event project, participants should not be left with an embarrassing stigma of working on a project that failed. Many projects will fail because of circumstances beyond the control of the project team. And the last one is change priority. Organizations' priorities often change and strategy shifts directions. Um, for example, I'll give you an example of the 2008 and 2000 to 2010 financial crisis. During the 2008 and 10 financial crisis, organizations shifted their focus from money-making projects to cost-saving projects. The oversight group continually revises project selection priorities to reflect changes in organizational direction. Projects in process may need to be altered or cancelled. Thus, a project may start with a high priority that see its rank erode or crash during its project life cycle as conditions change. When priorities change, projects in process may need to be altered or cancelled. So that was all about the different types of the project closure. Closing out the project, you should have a closeout plan. And closeout plan, actually, we address the following questions. The questions include: what tasks are required to close the project? Who will be responsible for those particular tasks? And when will a closure begin and when will it end? How will the project be delivered? This is the wrap-up closure. This is the wrap up closure checklist. This include the team, vendors or contractors, customers and users, equipment and facilities. And each of these particular points have some questions. Okay, so you have to address each of the question at the end of the project. Now let's talk about the wrap-up closure activities. The major challenges for the project manager and team members are getting the project manager and the project participants to wrap up the odds and ends necessary to fill a fully complete a project is often difficult. So it's like the party is over. Now, how wants to help and clean up? Much of work is tedious. Motivation can be the chief challenge. Um, some of the activities or the implementing close down activities are getting delivery acceptance from the customer, shutting down resources and releasing to new users, reassigning project team members, closing accounts and seeing all bills are paid, delivering the project to the customer, and creating a final report. In the next part of this lecture, we will talk about creating the final report and some other relevant topics. Till then, thank you.